As an adrenaline junkie, this is the top of the list. I mean, I ski fast, I do everything fast, but nothing any quicker than this. I can't imagine any other sport where you have to be this alert and on it and thinking about so many different things. So it's just magnified and compressed and accelerated on the track. That's probably a big part of the motivation is for me to want to do this.
They're going to be running in the GT4 class of the Pirelli Cup. This is a spec series where all the cars are identical. It's all about the driver. It really allows somebody with the proper skill set to shine. You know, most guys that are successful in business are competitive by nature, and when you get them in race cars, I see the same competitive spirit.
Oh, I've been training for this specifically for the last 2 years. Physical shape, mental shape, that's who I am on a daily basis. Clearly my personality is built around competition.
It's really, really exciting to see Mike get the opportunity to do what Porsche was founded on, and that's race the cars that we sell. As we take a walk around the GT4 Club Sport, from the back it looks not very dissimilar from the original car. This is a proprietary wing for the Club Sport Series car rather than the street car wing. As we come around to the inside, one thing that you will not find in the street car is the safety cage system. It's a fully integrated safety cage that ties into the chassis. Obviously safety is of prime importance to Porsche. In the case of these cars, we have the engine perfectly positioned in the center of the vehicle so that we are getting use of all four wheels, both in terms of handling, in terms of braking, and in terms of cornering and acceleration.
I think part of the excitement about driving a Porsche and buying a Porsche is in fact this heritage. So I think that for Carl and I, as the owners and operators of the store, to be there and be this much hands-on, this much ass in the seat, it clearly expands our scope within Porsche. I did 8 vintage races last year just to get that much more comfortable with actual race time.
What I understand, he's actually a really good driver. He does a lot of vintage racing. He's been around cars for a while. It looks to me like he wants to put the effort in to go fast, so we'll see. We're going to try to get him the best coaching and the best car.
My goal would be to be competitive and not touch anybody. I started racing when I was 15. I started racing some dirt bikes out in Lake Elsinore, but I was never that was for fun. The next step was the Toyota Grand Prix of Long Beach. I was invited to do the race 3 times. It teaches you to stay on and to have that competitive edge, but not make a mistake. And I think that was really cool training. I started going, oh, I like this. This is natural. As a driver, the really fun part is to be behind someone and coming and pushing them to make a mistake. Now, the son of a bitch behind me is doing the same thing to me. We'll be doing 145, 150 miles an hour in this new car, so you know I take 145 miles an hour pretty seriously. The secret for me is to be built up, pumped, trained, ready to go, and then one step back.
parents kind of made a mistake when I was real young. When I was 3, my stepfather brought home a brand new Corvette coupe. And it's one of the first memories I have. I envisioned ever since I was little that I would be a racer when I grew up. So we're heading out to Thermal to do our first test in the new GT4 Club Sport. And the intent there is to first to get familiar with the car. We've never even driven it. We will need to understand where the car's strengths and weaknesses are, and then of course ours, which will be something that we're going to have to work on a lot. Us being able to run it as a Porsche dealer and embody the spirit of the brand into our business every day. It's going to be an outstanding dealership-wide event. We're having Josh with us at each of the events, so the service department's involved.
My mindset is make sure the car is perfect and ready to go. It's the first thing as soon as I get there. Full systems check of the car, warm the car up, make sure everything's right, make sure all the tire pressures are set to where they need to be. All the suspension's tight, there's nothing loose, there's gonna be no problems. And then the second thing I do is make sure Mike or Carl, whoever's driving that day, is comfortable with the car. Make sure they're happy. Do a radio check, and then when it's time to go out on the track, everything is good to go, and so we can go back out there and do it again. Porsche, Porsche, Porsche.
Racing is a very hostile environment in the race car. You have a lot going on around you, and it's very easy to get upset behind the wheel, and when that happens, generally it doesn't end well.
There's that confidence that you got to draw on and pull with you and bring with you. I take my wife and kids and grandkids to the track, so they're out there watching me perform and be at risk. So, you can imagine I'm taking it very seriously from that standpoint too.
Definitely, this is always that stage with a new car, new track, new equipment, new team, where I'm absolutely going, what was I thinking?
It's patience and control over their emotions. There's a balance. We don't want to have it to be a survival, who survived the race. We want it to be a race where who is the best driver.
You're very tense. You really have to hold on to the car. The car is trying to get away from you in almost every corner. And let's face it, you can be out there at speed and make mistakes.
Yeah. Wow. Who was driving that?
I'm not sure. It was the 996, but not sure.
One of us, though.
Yeah, I think one of the Barrett.
One of the guys that's on our team had his 911 Cup car out and made a pretty big mistake early on. Bent the frame of his car and relocated his engine. It was a big hit, but it was a little sobering to start the morning like that. So I couldn't wait to get back out on the track, and then I was stoked. It's not caffeine, it's like steroids. I don't take steroids, but obviously.
Too much.
Yeah, right after lunch, that's not necessarily a good thing.